Good morning and welcome to a new episode of Vlogmas. My name is Sarah. This channel is where I share all about my crafty projects. It's mostly knitting, but today I have some spinning, some fabric crafting, a few other things mixed in. And yeah, this is Vlogmas. So I have been sharing all about my Advent projects. I've bitten off way more than I can chew as usual. And today I have a few other little goodies to share with you. I'm coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, where I live with my partner Troy and our 3 cats who will definitely make an appearance, Alex, Moo, and Elsie. And yeah, let's jump right into it. It is about 9 a.m. I'm gonna have kind of a busy day today, so I wanted to get on and check in with you guys before the craziness. Just gonna be kind of running around. So I am teaching this morning. I teach some knitting classes at a local yarn and fabric store called So to Speak. So this morning I have my monthly drop-in class where I can kind of help people with whatever it is that they need help with. And I think I have a couple students this morning and everybody's working on a hat. So one student wanted help casting on the famous Musselburgh hat, which I have somehow managed to never knit. So I'm also going to be casting one on this morning and knitting along with them. And I suppose I could show you my yarn for that, but it's not in here, so I'll have to show you that later. And then I'm gonna have to run a couple errands. I need to get some cat food. I'm gonna pick up some lunch. Then I'll be coming home. And then later this afternoon, I'm gonna be running back out to my sister's on the other side of town so we can do nails. She is my nail tech. I'm totally spoiled, but you can see these pretty sparkly guys are super grown out. So we're gonna do some new nail art today. And I also need to run an errand while I'm over on that side of town. So it's just gonna be kind of in and out. But then this evening, probably like 6 o'clock-ish on, I'll have some free time for knitting. So I think we're gonna watch the new Knives Out movie tonight too, which will be fun. All right, so what can I show you this morning? I finished my spin. So one thing I have been doing this Advent is working on a combo spin. I had 3 braids of fiber, and every day I've been spinning about ½ an ounce of fiber. So I was spinning a braid in 8 days. And I planned to finish them up today because I wanted to have a few extra days to ply and let everything, soak and dry. And then I want to cast on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So let me show you all 3 finished braids. This was the first one that I spun. All 3 are from Oink Pigments, and I picked them up at the Wool Gathering, which is a little yarn festival in Yellow Springs, Ohio in the fall. And this one was their Cumulus base, which is 80% extra fine superwash merino and 20% cashmere. And the color was limited edition, but you can see why I was drawn to it for a Christmas spin. It looks like candy cane or peppermint. The second one I finished was this one, which is a lot more lofty. Looks like there's a lot more on the bobbin. This is their superwash targy fluff. It's 100% superwash targy. I really love the colors in this one. And the last but not least, the one I just finished up was this. A little softer. It had a lot of gray and purple, red, but there's some little hints of green as well. And this was their Polworth silk fluff, 85% Polworth, 15% silk. And the color was Thrumming Bird, which was the custom color for the Wool Gathering this year. So let me see if I can hold them all together. Might have to stack a couple. This is precarious. Okay, so here are the 3 colors that I'm going to ply together. I think they're gonna look really good together. I'm super excited to start plying those today. Hopefully I can start plying them today and probably finish plying them tomorrow. Plying this much fiber I usually can't do in one sitting, but we'll see. Adventy things. I have a lip balm advent from my friend Austin, who has the business Angel Balms. He makes amazing lip balms and designs original characters and has a lot of great art and makes lots of other fun things. But he did a lip balm advent calendar this year, so today I'm opening day 8. It was only 12 days and I started on the 13th. Okay, today we have Bubble Tea. Love. He does a lot of Japanese flavors and influence. Look how cute the art is today. She's got her bubble tea, little friend, adorable. Love it. I have exchanged scrappy advents with my friend Jess. that in January we will knit into scrappy sweaters together, and this was today's color. This was actually a yarn I had gifted her, I think last year. We exchanged sock sets, and I got some back to put in my scrappy sweater. I also have the Fiber Fox Fade Advent this year, and here's today's color. More pink, but you can see we're going a little lighter and a little bit peachier. And I'm officially behind on this project. I am knitting the Wildflower Pullover by Andrea Gahn. I'll have to do more of a knitting check-in maybe later tonight or tomorrow morning, just because I haven't really had a chance to knit on anything yet this morning. But I didn't get any of yesterday's color done. So I've been trying to get 6 rows a day is what I've been doing in each color, and I didn't get yesterday's done. So that means today, to catch up, I would need to do 12 rows, which probably isn't gonna happen. So I think I'm gonna be catching up on this one in the couple of days leading up to Christmas, which is just fine. I am knitting Advent Scrappy Socks. Here's where we're at. I still haven't added today's color, but you all have been voting on these. It's still not too late to vote. There's one more video you could join in for. So every day on Instagram stories, I'm posting 3 different color options that are randomly selected, and you all have been voting. So yesterday's stripe was the gray, and then today's was this kind of mauve-y. So that's gonna be the next color. I still need to add the stripe in, and then I need to add the heel at some point. I need to just get around to doing that. So that's the first thing I'll be working on today. And then I have a couple other little fun things to show you. So this year, I got some happy mail yesterday. This year I joined the Wandering Flock's annual, or first ever sock club. It was a year-long club, and every quarter we got a box with some sock yarn and like a little goodie. I kind of have mixed feelings about the club, to be honest. I love the Wandering Flock. I love their yarn. I love all of their colors. I'm still a big fan. But the sock club, it also came with a pattern. My biggest feedback for them is that they spoiled the club every month. Like, it wasn't ever a surprise. They posted about it like a week or 2 in advance of sending it out every time. And I feel like the surprise of getting it in the mail and seeing what it is kind of a lot of the fun of one of these clubs. And that just kind of took some of the fun out of it. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do it again, although I will continue to support them because I love their work. But this final one for the year came with a nice little card, just like a thank you for participating, talks about the pattern and the yarn, and we did get 150 grams of yarn this month, when normally they've been 100, and we did get 3 really pretty colors this month. So these are the yarns this month. I love them. The sock pattern is by Vera Valimaki, and it is cute, but I think I'll probably use these for something else. I'm knitting my way through Summer Lee's book, and I could see these maybe being used in one of the colorwork patterns later in her book. But yeah, so I got these really pretty yarns, my final sock club of the year. And the other thing I was on the fence about with this was the little gifts. I would say like half of them were things I either didn't need or didn't even know what they were. One month it came and Jess also had the club, and we were both like, what is this? Like it came with a little acrylic thing. There was no information in the box about what it was or what it was used for. So it was just a little weird, but this month the little gift is very cute. A little holographic Wandering Flock tape measure. So I love that. Can never have enough of these. So they're going out with a bang. I would say this is probably my favorite one of the year. But yeah, probably not something I'm going to continue into next year. Another project I've been working on are my self-striping holiday socks, and I finished the first one. So here it is. This yarn is so sparkly. It is from Handspun Handmade. I also got this at Wool Gathering. This is their shiny sock base, 80% superwash merino, 20% stellina, and the color is gingerbread house. And I have been timing myself with these just to see how long it takes me to knit a pair of socks, purely out of curiosity, because people ask me and I never know what to tell them. And I finished the first one. We've got an afterthought heel. I kind of cut into the middle of a brown stripe with the red. And so far I'm at like 5 hours and 15 minutes, I think. So just over 5 hours for one sock. And I was pretty pleased with that. I really didn't know what to expect, but I think that feels right for like a vanilla sock. This is also more of a sport weight yarn. I realize it's like a little bit bigger than a true fingering weight yarn. So probably a real fingering weight yarn would take me longer. But yeah, excited to start the next one. I don't know if I'm gonna finish these by Christmas, and if not, that's just fine. Oh, sorry if you can hear my partner blowing his nose in the background. And then last but not least, I talked at the end of last episode about jumping on the whole paper ribbon fabric chain train. I had seen someone on Instagram post a video where they had taken fabric scraps that they already have or things in their stash, and they had just torn them into strips and then used fabric Velcro to create paper chain, or fabric chain, I guess. And I had wanted to do the ribbon or the paper, but I didn't really want to buy anything. But when I saw that video, I was like, oh, well, I have all this scrap fabric I could use and make that. So all I had to buy was the Velcro, which was not expensive. And last night while I was editing my video, I tore up all my strips and I started making paper chain. It definitely looks a little scrappy because it's torn. There's some like ends hanging off. You can kind of see where the Velcro joins are, but I think it's really cute. So I am gonna hang this up. I've only made like a third of it, so I can make a lot more if I need to. But I'm thinking I'm gonna hang this in my kitchen, like above our cabinets, and then possibly over a mirror that we have in our living room as well. And it really didn't take that long, so I'll probably try and finish that up at some point tonight or tomorrow morning, and get it hung up, because tomorrow my family is coming over to make cookies, so it will be cute to have that up by then. Okay, I think that's all I have. Oh, we did also get our engagement photos back last night, and I love them. I'm so happy with how they turned out. Troy and I are getting married in next October, and some of our engagement photos were nitty. We did some where we were both wearing sweaters I had made, so I don't have time to show you guys those right now, but I will hopefully be able to pop some in later. I suppose I can just pop some in now. Just pop some in now. So I'll just have some going on the screen here. So we went to the Columbus Museum of Art to take these, which felt really right. Originally we were gonna go to a park, but it was really cold on the day we were supposed to do it, so we went to the museum instead. And I'm so glad we did, because there was such a variety of different locations we could do photos. And I went to college at the college like associated with the museum that's right there, Columbus College of Art and Design. And so we were able to get one under the famous like red art sign. That's probably one of my favorites. I don't know that we'll like really use that one, but it felt special to me. Like that's where I went to school, and a lot of my friends that I met there will be coming to the wedding, so that felt really special. And yeah, I'm really pleased with them. So we're gonna be sending out our save the dates at some point in the new year. Things are happening. We've been engaged. We didn't do like a formal engagement, like I don't have a ring or anything, and that was by choice. But it's been over a year. So we've been kind of in the initial planning stages for a long time. Now it's kind of time to start making stuff happen. So yeah, I'm really excited with how these turned out. I'm so glad we did the ones with the sweaters. I think they look really good. And yeah, it was super fun. So that's all I have for you this morning. I'm gonna hit the road. I'll try and remember to film some stuff today. And yeah, get some crafty time in later. So let's get going. good evening. It is Sunday, December 21st. It's just after 7 p.m. and you'll have to forgive the wet hair. I just got out of the shower. It's been a super busy but fun day here today. Let's see, let's talk last night. So I actually finished applying my Advent spin last night, which I wasn't really expecting to do, but Advent applying for me is kind of like yarn chicken. It's like once I start, I kind of just need to know and know how it's going to turn out and be done with it. And I thought that I was applying 3 4-ounce skeins, but I accidentally ended up applying 2 6-ounce skeins. So I have 2 big skeins, which hopefully you will have seen in the footage. And then last night we watched the new Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man. I thought it was really good. I think it might have been my favorite out of the 3. I really, really liked it. And while we were doing that, I worked on my fabric chain. And then hopefully today you saw I was able to hang it up over the mirror in our living room. I do have a bunch more strips cut and I would like to make more to add in our kitchen next year, but kind of ran out of steam on it. So I'll have to pick that one back up next year, but that's just fine. I'll just pack away all the materials. Today, we woke up fairly around 8, like a pretty normal time, and had an hour or so of breakfast and coffee. I got my yarn, my spun yarn, skeined up during that time and blocked. And then we spent 3 hours cleaning our house because we were hosting the cookie making today, the traditional Christmas cutout cookie making extravaganza. And my family came over around noon and we had some pizza and we made cookies, and hopefully you saw the footage of them. I think they were incredible this year. I'm so happy with how they all turned out. We just have a lot of fun getting really creative with 100 different icing colors and turning things into things they're not supposed to be. I made a Labubu out of a teddy bear and just having fun with it. We were working on that for about 6 hours, and then we had cleanup and everyone just left a little bit ago, and I needed to take a shower and get all the icing and everything off of me and just, yeah, needed to be clean. So now I am clean and I am here to do a check-in. So let's do Advent-y things. Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, I have new nails. We did the nails yesterday. We have gold chrome roses. Very fun. That's what I was forgetting. Let's open day 9 Advent things. So I have my lip balm Advent from Angel Balms. Today is the 9th day of that Advent. Ooh, and today we have, marshmallow cocoa. That must be a new flavor. Love it. Marshmallow cocoa. And here's the cute little character. Oh my gosh, look at the little dog. So cute. Love it. Oh yeah, it smells like hot chocolate. Love it. In my scrappy Advent swap from Jess today, I got a very Jess color, a very beautiful olivey green. The color is going to be a little distorted because it's dark, but it's a little bit darker than that in real life. I would say, yeah, it's coming across a little lighter on screen, but it is a really beautiful, rich olive green. And she also sent me another little chocolate and another of the Crayabea stickers. Really cute. Thank you, Jess. Today's Fiber Fox Fade Advent color was this. Oh yeah, that color is not looking great. I apologize for that. It is a light pink, again, starting to lean more towards peach. And I am now 3 days behind on this project. So tonight and the next couple of days are going to be spent catching up on this project. The gnome, I just need to assemble. I need to make 2 more little pieces for him. He's getting suspenders, so I guess 3 pieces, and he's getting a mustache, and then he's ready to be assembled. So I kind of think that I'll probably get to doing that tomorrow, and then probably spend the rest of the day tomorrow trying to get caught up on the Wildflower Pullover. Yeah, the past few days just got away from me and I really haven't had time to work on it, unfortunately, but I'm confident I can get caught back up. I am gifting myself a pair of socks today and the rest of the days for Vlogmas. And these are some of my favorites from this year and a previous Advent sock. So this is one of the Cozy Knitter Advents. I want to say maybe it was 2023. And my friend Jess, who I'm always mentioning on here that I'm doing the scrappy swap with, She had ordered this and knit it, and you get 2 full repeats of the yarn. So she gave me the second repeat, and I love these. I think they're so gorgeous. I kind of want to order the Cozy Knitter Advent in the future. I'm really loving my Advent socks this year where you all are picking the colors, but I do think if I were to order like an Advent self-striping again, I might try this one. I've done the Woolens and Nosh one in the past, and I think it's amazing. I think the biggest perk of that one is the packaging, because it can remain a secret, whereas I know with this one you have to like wind up the skein. But yeah, I do think that they're really beautiful, kind of like a pastel-y rainbow. So I'll throw those on tonight with my slippers. We're gonna get cozy. We're gonna maybe watch a Christmas movie. My family really wants me to watch Klaus, the animated movie. I have not seen it, but it's one of their faves. Or we might watch the most recent SNL that had Ariana Grande and Cher. So we will see. Speaking of Advent socks, I did add today's stripe. So we had the really dark green. I think a lot of people thought it was black, but this is actually a very dark green. And of course it's not gonna show up very well right now. So yeah, we're almost done with these. I really need to add the heels in. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, I really need to do that. I do have the next 2 days before Christmas Eve like pretty free. So I am looking forward to doing a lot of sitting around and knitting and watching Vlogmas. So I'm confident I'll get all this stuff done. So I will say there is a pattern emerging here. So today, these were the 3 options that we're voting on for the next color. And right now the green is winning. And this is the only pattern I've really noticed in this, is that every time we do a dark green, then we want to do a light green. Dark green, light green, dark green, light green, dark green, and now it's going to be light green again. So the people are loving that combo. I think these are extremely fun. I'm very excited to finish them and wear them probably on Christmas Day. So yeah. Yeah, and a few things are being taken off the Advent plate, right? So the spin is done now. I'm just waiting for that to dry, and then probably on the 23rd, I'll go ahead and cake that up. So I'm ready to cast it on Christmas Eve as a jaunty shawl. The gnome is gonna be finished tomorrow or whenever I get him assembled. He will be done. So then it's really just the Advent socks, which aren't much work on a daily basis, although now that we're coming to the end, there's going to be the heels and the cuffs to knit, and then the wildflower pullover, and that's the big one. So I do still have a couple little things I wanted to do and show you guys. So I have all my little tiny socks that I knit throughout the year, and I would still like to string those onto a garland and find a place to hang that. I don't know if maybe it'll go up here over the mirror or on the bookshelf. I'm not really sure yet. And I also at some point will show you all the socks I knit for Troy before I gift those to him on Christmas Eve probably. So lots to look forward to still. As for now, I am gonna go eat my leftover fried rice from lunch yesterday. I am gonna maybe make myself a cup of tea. I'm gonna get cozy. We're gonna watch a movie and we're gonna do some knitting. So that sounds lovely after a long day of cleaning and entertaining, even though it was a super fun time, and I love how our cookies turned out. So I am gonna say good night, and I will check in with you all tomorrow. Good afternoon. It is Monday, December 22nd. It's about 1 p.m. and and I've been doing some really nice relaxing crafting this morning. I just finished up lunch and I have some more knitting on the docket for this afternoon, but I wanted to do a quick check-in. Last night was super chill and laid back. We had our leftovers for dinner, and then Troy and I watched Klaus, the movie, the animated movie that came out a few years ago. It was really good. It wasn't at all what I expected, and I know we're a few years behind on this, but I did cry at the end, and I was warned that I would, and I did. But yeah, it was really sweet. I would definitely watch it again. I really enjoyed it. Kind of like a different, but Troy really liked it, and he usually doesn't like anything Christmassy, but I think because it has kind of a different tone, it's not like overtly Christmassy, he really liked it. I mean, it is, but it's not like, I don't know how to explain it without giving it away, but it's worth a watch. It's really good. It's on Netflix. And then we watched an episode of The Mighty Nine, which we have still been watching, which is a animated version of a Critical Role campaign, which has been good. It's kind of making me want to try listening to one of the campaigns or watching it, which I've never done, but I've been really enjoying this. So yeah, and I worked on my wildflower pullover, so I'll show you where I got on that in a minute, but let's do the other Adventy things. Oh, and before I forget, I'm wearing this sweater again because I totally forgot to talk about it the other day, but this is a recently finished object. This is my handspun, first ever fully handspun sweater. It is the Hiesu by Vera Valimaki. I will stand up so you can see it. So this fiber was gifted to me by my friend Jess. It was 4 braids of mostly Shanico, and they were all Tweety. So there was some that had more pink and purple. There was one that had some more like autumny, like yellow, green, red. And then there was one that just had neutral flecks. And I love it. So I spun this up into about a DK or worsted weight. And yeah, I knit the Hiesu. I did make some modifications. This is my second time knitting this pattern. I knit the same size, but I added a long sleeve. And as you can see, I got a little bit more of a stripy color pooling on the sleeves, but it really doesn't bother me. So I added long sleeves, and I also added a split hem, which I really like on this pattern. And I got a super cozy sweater. It's extremely soft. I am a little bit worried about pilling, but I think that's just kind of something that comes with the territory, especially when you have a more loosely plied yarn. So yeah, I really love it. This is the project where I finally taught myself how to do a sewn tubular bind off. So it has all nice tubular finishes, and I love it. I've been wearing it a lot. It is very warm. I feel like it's deceptively warm. So I'll be wearing it out later today when we go run some errands. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I talked about that on the channel since it hasn't been on a podcast or anything yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen me posting about it there. But yeah, really proud of this one. Excited for hopefully a lot more handspun sweaters in my future. Let's open Advent things. So I have my lip balm Advent from my friend Austin at Angel Balms. Today is day 10. And what have we got? Sugar plum, cute, very seasonal. So sugar plum, and then here is the character who is a sugar plum, and she has her little bee friends, very cute. All right, I have to say too, I think these are some of my favorite nails that my sister has ever done. I'm like, I can't get over how fun they are. Sugar plum, love it. I'm gifting myself a pair of socks today, and 2 more days. We have 2 more pairs, and then on Christmas Day, I'll have the new Advent ones that I've been working on. So here's the pair I'm giving myself today. This was my own pattern, and I was working on it for a while this year with the intention of releasing the design as a free pattern, but I just couldn't ever really get the placement of the eyelets and the scallops to line up exactly how I wanted. Like in certain places, like right here, see, the eyelet like doesn't line up with the peak of the scallop, and that really bothered me. So I probably could have just taken the eyelets out because you don't really even get that much credit for them anyway. But it's just basically a plain vanilla sock aside from that and the little scallop border. So I don't know, maybe I'll revisit these eventually. I think this sample is super cute, but I don't have plans to publish the pattern at this time. Yeah, this sock set was from La Mercerie. It was one of their club colors a few years ago, and I wasn't in the club, but you could like order extras. And I want to say it was like ballet inspired, but I can't remember the dyer. I'm sorry. But yeah, really pretty. Maybe I'll revisit them someday. Who knows? Let's open my scrappy advent swap that I'm doing with Jess, and sorry for the crinkling. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay. This is day 22, Explore Knits and Fibers, Crackling Campfire 80-20 blend. This is really pretty. Like a warm brown with some grays and like tans. Very pretty. I'm kind of loving this actually right here at the end. We're getting a few more like what feel like Jess colors to me. These more like neutral earthy tones, but I think holding them together just in little bits like throughout with the rest of the sweater is going to be a really nice little pop. Sometimes if you have like too many of the more like sweet like saturated colors that I tend to go towards, it can look a little like limited too, if you know what I mean. So it's good to have some of these more neutral colors to kind of like make it more sophisticated. So I love that. Very pretty. The Fiber Fox Advent Faded Advent color for today is this. Definitely going more towards a peachy kind of color now. We only have 2 more. I can't even believe that. And yeah, I'll be hopefully getting to this color today, but we'll see. I have updated my Advent socks. So today we added this bright green. So you can see that pattern I was talking about yesterday. Dark green, light green, dark green, light green, dark green, light green. But I kind of like that. It adds a little bit of consistency. And then on the second one, I added the green and I also added the heel. So we've got our first forethought heel that has been added. I love how these are looking. I cannot wait to see them finished, and I also can't wait to do it again next year, so I hope y'all are on board. I will add the other forethought heel in yesterday when I'm adding, or yesterday, oh my word, tomorrow when I'm adding tomorrow's stripe. And these are the 3 colors that we're voting on for today. So we'll go from green to one of these. And we'll see. Right now I think the bright pink is winning, so we'll see. You guys, I finished the gnome and I am deeply obsessed, and I am really kind of sad to be giving it away now. But I think my sister-in-law is going to lose it and love it so much. So I can't wait to see her reaction. And I'm so excited to give it to her, but I'm not gonna lie, when I finished it, I was a little bit like, I wanna keep it, it's so cute. So I know I put a video in, but here he is. This is Nandad. He is so adorable. So today we made the little suspenders, which do go all the way to the back. Like the level of detail on this is incredible. We also did the mustache today. So you can see here is his beard and nose. The little hat just kind of sits up over all of those facial features and then folds down to kind of cover all the seaming, which is a really nice detail. I did decide to tack the hat down. I wanted it to be folded over in like a specific place. So I just added a little tack there so that it would stay in place. We sewed the little feet on and the little arms, and of course the little skis, which how adorable are those? I just can't even handle it. And mine came with the little ski poles too, and I kind of wasn't really sure how to attach those. So what I ended up doing was just kind of poking them through his little hands so it looked like he was holding them. And then I slipped the stick through his little belt so that they're just kind of firmly connected to him. But it still looks like he's holding the little ski poles. So I loved this entire experience so much. I cannot wait to participate again next year. Like I'm like really excited to do this again next year. And hopefully my sister-in-law loves this, and like it's something that I can give her every year, and like she can have a little bit of a collection. But now I'm kind of like, well, do I need a collection of gnomes too? I know when I started this, I was like, gnomes aren't my thing. But now I'm like, look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. How could you not love him? So I don't know, maybe gnomes are my thing, who knows? But that is the end of this Advent project. Nandad is all finished and he's gonna be getting wrapped up very carefully. Not really sure how to wrap this guy, and taken to his new home very soon. So loved the whole process. It's a delightful knit along. If you've never participated, I'd highly recommend it, especially if you enjoy knitting little things like this. So can't wait to do it again next year. All right, as far as my wildflower pullover, I did get quite a bit done on this last night. Like I think I mentioned yesterday, I'm several days behind at this point, but last night I added 9 rows. So I did 1 full day plus half of a second day of color. So here's where I'm at. I basically, this and everything you see here for this floral stripe I added last night. It's getting big. I think I only have 3 more rows until we're gonna add the steek for the the neck opening. Here's our steek. Something about that is so satisfying. I love looking at that. So pretty. So yeah, we're gonna be adding another steek for the neck opening, and then we'll have even less stitches on the needle. So I'm hoping it's gonna start going even more quickly. I mean, I'm just continuing to love it. I think the fade looks incredible. This Fiber Fox Advent is like top notch. I'll definitely be ordering it again in the future. I really wish I had ordered last year's that was like pink and purple and blue and gray. Like those are my colors. But I mean, honestly, this year, even though I wouldn't say that like yellow and green are my colors, I'm still loving this. And like, I've still managed to find a way to use it that feels like me. So I think, you know, it's kind of a fun creative challenge to take something that might feel like it's not your exact thing and like make it work for you. So here's where we're at. And then I hope I have enough left over of that fade to make like a fun pair of faded socks or do something fun with it. All right. And then that's all the Advent-y things. But I thought while I had a little time today, which it's been so nice to not be working today, to just have the day to relax. I slept in a little bit. I've just been taking the day really slow. Tonight we have to run some errands, our last minute Christmassy things, but they're not really exciting errands. We just have to go to like Target and we have to run to the one store at the mall, and yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna film that, but we'll see. I mean, I'll bring you with me for the rest of the day, so I might get a little snippet. And then tonight I'll be editing this video, and then we only have 1 more before Christmas. Crazy. But anyway, I thought I would take a moment to show you the socks that I am gifting to Troy for Christmas. And he is working in the other room, so I'm gonna try and not be like saying his name a lot. But throughout the year, you know, I set aside all the socks I knit for myself, and I've been giving them to myself throughout the month, and I kind of did the same for him. I knit him a bunch of socks this year, and I've just been storing them in this Bombas, which was like socks one of us got a few years ago, storing them in this box, and then I'm gonna give them to him for Christmas. So these are really fun. Let's see, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pairs. And I thought I would just quickly show them to you for funsies. They are really crammed in this box. It's tight in there. And these are in the order I knit them in this year. So the first pair was just a vanilla sock, but they're these really fun, like speckly guys. This yarn was kind of Halloween inspired. So to me, they're like little spirits or something, but really cool yarn. I think we picked this up at the Michigan Fiber Fest, I want to say. Yeah, really fun. And he actually has smaller feet than me, so knitting for him is kind of fun for me. I feel like I get a little bit of a break. These are probably like a 56 stitch sock. Okay, next I think this was the January. Yes, I think this was the January Colorwork Cuff Club from Summer Lee, and I love these. I need to knit a pair of these for myself too. It was just this really cute little scalloped colorwork chart, and this beautiful deep green is one of the colors I had in my Advent sock. It's the one from a couple days ago, but you can see better here that it's really a deep tealy green. And I love the colors that I chose for these, and I just think that they're really cute, and I need to make a pair for myself. But yeah, these are one of my favorites. Another fun pair of Colorwork Cuff Club. I think these were for April showers. So there's this fun colorwork, little rain cloud, and then the rest is striped. So I thought these would be fun for him to wear with like some of his, like, he likes to wear fun socks when he wears his like dressier shoes and stuff. So I thought those would be good. And then he's got a couple pairs of D20 socks. So you saw me wear my D20 sweater the other day. These are some of the socks I've knit using the same method. So this is a fingering weight pair. These have an afterthought heel. And basically I just, roll the dice to pick the number and then roll it again to pick the number of rows. So you can see like here, sometimes we get like a really big chunk. Sometimes we get like a single row. And they are not matching. So they are sisters, but not twins. Really fun. And then whenever I do that, I always do a fingering weight version, and then I will use the same colors to do a DK weight version. So these are all the same colors, but I'm holding the yarns together. And it's really interesting because you can see here, we didn't end up getting any of that like neon yellow, but you can see the colors are the same. So yeah, these are always really fun. I do think with the D20 method, the marling that you can achieve with a DK is so nice. Like the marling is what keeps me coming back to it. Like these ones are super fun, but I think that these ones are even more fun. All right, what's next? Another Colorwork Cuff Club. I can't remember what month this was. These were kind of a stripey one. So the Colorwork chart was really just this vertical stripe portion, and the rest were just different size of stripes. I used a mini set that I had for these really pretty jewel colors. And I don't know, I think they turned out really nice. Like I have a feeling he'll probably wear these ones a lot, but they were not my favorite to knit. I find this kind of like vertical striping and color work pretty challenging to knit, and I think the fit can be very restricted. And I don't particularly like corrugated ribbing, which is what this is. It doesn't retain the elasticity, so we'll see. I'm most worried about the fit on these ones, but hopefully it works out. And then there's a couple more pairs that I finished more recently. The first were these, which are from Simmerly's book, The Sock Project. These are the Trompe Le Monde socks. And this was some of my Wandering Flock sock yarn from their club this year. I really like this pattern. I would knit this again for myself in some more like contrasting colors. I think these ones are much more subtle, but still really pretty. And lastly, the pièce de résistance are the Herding Hens socks by Charlotte Stone. And here they are. The colors were inspired by a game that he really liked at the beginning of the year called 368 Chickens. And it's like the colors of the game, and the chickens are from the colors of the game. These were so fun to knit. I think I'm gonna have a Charlotte Stone sock phase in my near future. A little bit worried about the fit on these ones too. I hope that they fit, but I mean, I'm pretty proud of them. I think they're so fun. So yeah, he's getting quite a bit of color work actually, which is fun. So yeah, those are all the socks that he's gonna be getting, and I hope he likes them. He definitely doesn't wear his hand-knit socks that often. He does not like to have hot feet, but when he does wear them, I think that he enjoys them, and I'm not gonna stop knitting socks, so. All right, that is gonna be my check-in for the day. Actually, I suppose I should probably go ahead and log off for this video, sign off. So yeah, thank you so much for watching another Vlogmas video. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. If you ring the bell, you can be notified when my next video comes out, which is the big Christmas episode. And then I'll probably have one more wrap-up video after Christmas. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and we are really getting down to it now. There's just a couple more days before Christmas, so lots more festive things to get up to. Let's get on with it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.